y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video, another recent reads of Getting Caught Up. First is The Two Wrong Halves of Ruby Taylor by Amanda Panitch. Oh, beautiful. This is the second book I've read by this author now, and if she keeps it up, she's gonna become a favorite author for sure. This was even better than her last book, which I loved. There's so many layers and such incredible depth to the story. I was just blown away. The characters are relatable, flawed, engaging, and all different and identifiable. Ruby never feels good enough no matter what side of the family she's with. She's never Jewish enough for her dad's side and never Christian enough for her mom's side. I never knew that some people of Jewish faith go by the matrilineal, I think I say that, part of the faith. And if I'm wording anything wrong, I'm so sorry. Please let me know. I didn't even know what that was or that it was part of the religion. The way her Jewish grandmother treats her cousin Sarah, whose both parents are Jewish, compared to her. Oh, and what it means is some of the Jewish community faith, they go by, you're only Jewish if your mother was Jewish. So if your mother's not Jewish, but your dad is, you're not considered Jewish, is what that means. But how the grandmother treats her cousin, who has both parents being Jewish, compared to her, Ruby, because Ruby's mom isn't Jewish, is ridiculous and such a form of cruelty. The emotional damage she does to this child is horrible, and poor Ruby just wants to get her approval and her love no matter how she treats her. It's so heartbreaking. And then her Christian grandmother gets snooty about anything Jewish Ruby mentions and tries to force Christmas and church on her in a way that Ruby wants to say yes just to make her happy. And then when it looks like Ruby did something horrible, she didn't, that whole family on the Christian side starts saying it's because of those people and because she's half of them, and the most disgusting anti-Semitic remarks ever. And just a public service announcement to the psychos. That's not very Christian of you. And I'm Christian, and I was always brought up being told that the Jewish people are God's chosen people. So I don't think he'd want you treating them this way, or anyone that way. For that matter, love thy neighbor. Ever heard of it? I was just so mad. Ruby trying to find her identity and what's right for her, while members of her family are making her feel like some parts that make her are wrong, makes it incredibly difficult for her. And it's a lot. The whole part with the book, I think I said it, was so fascinating to me and added that suspense, mysterious, dangerous, magical element to the other layers. I, of course, went and looked up info on books for way too long after. So many great messages in here, too, and I love the different take to some of the usual issues with the added twist, like getting this horrible treatment, not just from the ignorant strangers, but from family. Or like Ruby's new friend in here, her peers at Hebrew school, because she doesn't look Jewish, her friend, so they look at her wondering what she's doing there. There's also great topics of traditions, the old ways, how certain faiths and religions can mean different things to different people. Like a female rabbi, many people will never accept this. Like Ruby's grandmother, her Jewish grandmother. I love the rabbi in here and everything she brought to the story as well. Just highly recommend this. It's so good. Next, reading my graphic novel reading journey, The OK Witch by Emma Steinkellner. So happy I finally read this. It's just such a magical and charming graphic novel. Loved it. And this had a new friendship in it that is so heartwarming. The most amazing talking cat ever. Transporting diaries. Middle school at its finest. Horribleness. And new magic. Great messages woven into the story as well. Just highly recommend. Had such a great time with it. I immediately followed and read The OK Witch and the Hungry Shadow by Emma Steinkellner. More beautiful art. Such a great sequel. This one was even a tad bit darker at times, while keeping the whimsical, fun, humorous at times feel. So many relatable issues in this one for kids involving bullying, fitting in, wanting acceptance, not believing in yourself, or loving who you are, and more. There may even be a demon. Still such a charming, magical, relatable, engaging story with the most endearing characters. Mr. Laszlo will always have my heart, though. Highly recommend. And then I read the third and final book in the Seth Seppi mystery series, The Cutthroat Cafe by Nicki Thornton. What a phenomenal and epic conclusion to this trilogy that's full of magic and mystery. Love this book so much. We have yet another new location, new characters, including a whole new cast of suspects, plus some of the faves along again as well. Nightshade will always have my heart. Love that sarcastic cat so much. Seth is such an endearing main character, and you want for him to succeed just as badly as he does, if not more. I love the mystery of this one. Kind of figured out the whodunit, but not how or why or how it all connected to different things. Really loved how it all ended up fitting together. So good. I would have liked a few more answers and conclusions to some more things that were left open, but otherwise this was just incredible and highly recommend it. Jane Doe and the Cradle of All Worlds by Jeremy Lachlan. What a darker, magical, thrilling, action-packed, definitely upper middle grade story. Really enjoyed this. Such a complex, intricate, and creatively written world, story, characters. Highly imaginative, vividly detailed. Blue Haven itself, it describes so well in all its depressing, bitter glory. Then the manor, just wow. It's like I was reading a movie instead of watching it. All the details with the mystery of Jane and her dad, the manor, Winifred, the Leatherheads, the Grip, the Cradle, the Tinskins, the Spectres, Roth, the Makers, the Key. So much more made up this incredible tale. Phenomenal world and story building. Amazingly written characters, especially Jane, Hickory, and Violet. The villain, Roth, is even such a uniquely written character. Just wow. So many twists and turns too. Full of action, adventure, danger, suspense, mystery, and more. So, and then one of my winter reads, Hearts of Ice by Aggie. I absolutely love this magical, heartwarming story so much. This is highly atmospheric. This is a highly atmospheric, imaginative, magical adventure full of self-discovery, sisterly love, and finding real friendships. I can almost feel the snow around me. The writing was so vivid. Evangeline is a great main character who finally is free in many ways and can actually do something and be seen and more. The whole backstory of her family, like her secret sister, is incredible. This other world is so great, and I loved everything we see and all we encounter. The friends she makes on her journey are her first ever friends, and it was so heartwarming seeing her form these special relationships. Sir Paul Unstone is just the cutest, but I believe my heart belongs to Hortense and Sparrowfall. Love them so much. Incredible names in here too, if you couldn't tell. Incredible ending. And I love how it wasn't the perfect relationship always fantasized about once gotten with the family. It was how any family is, flawed but loving, and wouldn't have it any other way. Just highly recommend. Then I had won the sequel to this in a giveaway a while back, so I wanted to pick up the first book, which I had bought myself. The Time Fetch by Amy Herrick. And what a thrilling fantasy adventure full of true friendship. The story and writing grip you from the start, and it's just such a creative and unique concept for a story, and I highly enjoyed it. Bridget is my favorite of the four main characters for sure. For characters in general, Aunt Kit and Mr. Ross are my faves. It kind of irked me actually how ungrateful Edward seems with his aunt. Like, she's pretty awesome, and she took him in and raised him since he was a tiny little thing, and she didn't have to do that, and she's been great. Phoenix, though, annoyed me the most. I couldn't stand her. She had some growth by the end, and it was a lot better, and I was just hopeful that that would continue into the next book. The story, the writing, and the vivid and imaginative details, the twists and turns and more, though, are so much what makes this great. It hurts my brain even trying to think of writing a story like this and have it make sense and then all come together and connect in so many ways. So, like always, when that happens, bravo to the author for all of that. So thought-provoking as well. How much time itself matters, the power it has. Sometimes it feels like it's eating away at itself and so much time has gone. Makes you realize how small we all are in the grand scheme of things as well. Just highly recommend. And then I read The Kneebone Boy by Ellen Potter. I've had this forever, and I realized she was the author when I was seeing what else she had written, because I had read a light reimagining of The Secret Garden she had written, and Hither and Nye recently, her most recent book, and loved them. So I wanted to read this one that I've owned forever, and she's definitely a favorite author now, because this is the third book I've read by her. So, and I love this one so much too. Like I said, I've had this book forever, like I said, and when I saw it on her list of written books, I went and grabbed it from the book room to read ASAP. Such a great story. And just what a strangely unique, wonderfully gothic feels of a family. The whole story itself is so unusual, compelling, extremely engaging, and highly entertaining. I love how the narrator occasionally talks to us, the reader, as well. The whole backstory of this family, and then the Kneebone Boy, was so intriguing. Then the siblings go on their first ever adventure, and the misadventures, because adventures never go like you think they will. The town of Snoring by the Sea, St. George, and everything about him, including his shop of curiosities, the Kneebone Castle and Castle Folly, Hattie, their great aunt, Chester the cat with 5 legs. All these are just some of the incredible things and people we encounter on this adventure with the kids. It's incredible. Great Aunt Hattie is a pistol and a half. What a riot. I just loved her. Each of the siblings is so different in comparison to the next. Max is a thinker and quite quick with his smarts. Otto hasn't spoken in a long time, but has created his own way of speaking with his hands that only his siblings understand. He loves odd things, and also, ever since their mom disappeared, he wears a red scarf and never takes it off. Lucia is quick-tempered, highly imaginative, controlling, impulsive, and longs for adventure. She did get on my nerves so much at times, though. The way every piece clicks together in the end and the big reveals happens, I was just blown away. I never saw that coming in a million years. Just so good. Everything we learned starting at the beginning when they were still home with her dad up till the ending slid right into place. So many twists and turns with so many different parts. Great messages in here as well. Just highly recommend. Then continuing with sequels to read. The fourth in the Aggie Morton Mystery Queen series, The Seaside Corpse by Marthe Jocelyn. So I feel like I only read this. It's one of my all-time favorite series for a reason. And I think I read in the back that this is the last one, and that makes me so sad. I hate to say goodbye to Aggie, Hector, Granny Jane, and all the amazing cast of characters we encountered along the way. Aggie and Hector's friendship just gets stronger each book and has the best dynamics. Can't say much since this is the fourth, but we have yet another new exciting location with an archaeological dig off the coast, a whole new murder mystery, of course, with a new cast of delightfully entertaining cast of suspects. Aggie's such a strong female main character who is trying to be the strong female she is in a world that doesn't recognize strong, smart women at all in 1903. We see this in a certain reporter story and even the head archaeologist who does all the work, but her husband is the one who gets the credit. Mary Anning is discussed in here, and her grave is actually not far from the site. The humor of historical fiction, detective mystery, middle grade is on point with these, and this one maybe even more with the unpleasant temporary living conditions and nasty food and how Hector hates it all. I love Granny Jane so much. She contributes so much to their little detective team, and I loved reading in the author's note how the author came up with her character and personality. Just highly recommend the whole series. So for this video, and reading my Margaret Peterson Haddix books that I had. The School for Whatnots. What an intriguing idea for a story. I love this so much. This is such a suspenseful, thrilling read too. The whole idea of whatnots and every detail about them is so intriguing. There's so much mystery surrounding so many things as well. When we get one answer, 4 more questions come up. Great adventure with great themes of true friendship, the power of privilege, and the questions of identity and humanity. The twists at the end were phenomenal. Highly recommend. Great messages. Just love this so much. Such a great read. Flew through it. Alright, well, that's it for this video. Have you read any of these? Did you like them? Did you not? Let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love that if you'd like to. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.